I'm excited to check it out. I've heard mixed things about it. But either way, as a longtime 21 Pilots fan, I'm still hyped to hear what it has to show me, what it has for me to listen to. Let's do this. So first we've got, oh wait, one last thing really quick. I'm not going to listen to Drum Show, and I'm not going to listen to The Contract just because I've heard them. And I'm trying, if I end up getting taken down, I want to get through as many songs, hopefully all of them, before that happens. So that's the only reason I'm keeping those ones out of it. All right, so anyways, we got City Walls. Holy 10 minutes. Okay. Is that song actually 10 minutes long, or is that just like a video? Okay, this is a wonderful start.
Square up with me, I can take your right, throw a left. Pair up with me, I'ma take your right to the chest. Warpath etched in the surface, lines of the yellow tape, they're moving quiet like a serpentine in a formation. Buddy, that's my team, pretty impatient. Now they're waiting on me. It might be the furthest we've reached. Now move it up, it's a breach.
Heavy Dirty Soul.
With me, I can come.
Okay, let me pause it here. All right, this one has got a really, really good instrumental so far. I'm really getting into it. It's immediately catchy. I don't know if I can say this already because we're pretty short into it, but it's probably my favorite of the three that I've heard so far, instrumental wise. Everything else, we'll see. I'm not sure how these rap verses will grow on me. I was hoping this one was going to be more, or less rap focused based on the instrumental, but I'll see if that grows on me. It could be one of those things, just like with previous albums, where some of the songs after a few listens is when they really grow on me. So that'll be something I have to see. It might even grow on me within the song, but that chorus is very good. I really like Tyler's vocals in that. I think they sound phenomenal. Of course, though, Tyler has good vocals, so what else can we expect? And then the music video so far is interesting too. I thought it was funny when Josh went up to the door and tried to break it down with the butt of a torch. Questionable, Josh, but I guess it worked. Let's get back to it.
Square up with me, I can come to you. Tell me when. Pair up with me, I can run on you. In the end, I write a promise in pencil, but my loyalty's in pen. Use a mistake as a crooked stencil, then we trace it back again. From the mainland to the island of violence, it was the same plan for a while. Decided to send me up
bit of an
and rip you out of your
interpolation.
CQC in a city with no entrance. There is not a retreat. I'm wondering what you thought would happen, who you thought I would be. Was this a side swipe, or did you picture this in a dream? Buckle down, this is possibly the furthest we've reached. Now move it up, it's a breach.
I love whatever this is in the instrumental. This song. instrumentation. Okay, let me pause it again. Sorry, I gotta pause it a few times for this one. This is interesting because how many references have we had to their other songs, or interpolations as I've been calling them? Because there's been at least 3. For some reason I'm blanking on the song titles. Was it Message Man? Nah. If I look through the albums, I'd know which one it was. But there's been at least 3 song references that we've had in this from previous ones. Is this supposed to be like their final album for a while or something? That's almost what it's feeling like based on this. I haven't actually read into like anything about it yet, so I don't actually know. But either way, I think this one is very melodic, sounds fantastic. I think the first rap verse has been a little questionable, but I liked the second one. I don't know if that's just because of the references to previous songs or what. I'll see. And we've still got another few minutes. I don't know if that's pertaining to the song or if that's just gonna be video, just footage. I'm not really sure. And I'm curious if this like what just happened was supposed to be the like blurry face side of Tyler. I don't know. Their lore is so deep, it's kind of hard to keep track of. Best song I've heard from them. I might be a fan if they did more of this. Obviously, you haven't heard their whole discography, but I think you probably would find more songs that you like than from their older stuff. Because this is definitely, it's not exactly like their older stuff, but it's definitely similar in a lot of sound ways compared to a lot of other songs that they've put out in the past. Favorite 21 Pilots song? That's a tough question. I think it's Misbeliever, or Misbeliever. I think that's my favorite song from them. I really like that one. And it's completely different from the rest of their discography. Interesting. I wonder if this is gonna have to do with something with Josh singing on this album.
What now? I really like this Clancy.
Yeah, me too.
Well, so it's a it's an ongoing thing that happens every time.
But that's not Clancy up there anymore. He's out there somewhere. And we will try again.
Again?
Always.
I am starting it all
Ooh.
once again. Did I learn a thing?
Is that reversed audio? That sounded fantastic.
Intentions are everything. Intentions will set you free. You will fail most every day.
It's weird. It's like credits to everything they've done for these past couple albums.
Did you learn a thing? Intentions lack memory. Intentions will set you free. Just try to be.
Okay, this might be a stretch, and I'm really not sure. But is that ooh that they're doing in reverse? Is that also another reference to one of their previous songs where they took the ooh and then reversed it? Because I swear to God, there's something that's so familiar about it. Because they've done that in other songs, but I'm just curious if they've taken it from one of those and reversed it. Man, okay. Well, that was a really, really cool song. I like that one a lot. Trying not to repeat myself too much, but just to give a recap. Like the chorus a lot. It sounded really good. Like that outro. It was really fantastic. The vocals were amazing. The instrumental was maybe one of their best throughout the song. I think in some cases it might be slightly more generic, but I don't think that's a bad thing by any means whatsoever. Sometimes going back to what people are familiar with is a really, really good thing, especially when you're adding in a bunch of experimental elements into it anyways to keep it still very different. And then the only downside I think was the first rap verse, which I wasn't super into, but that could grow on me later, so that we'll find out. Overall though, a very, very solid song. I have Spotify pulled up on my other monitor, and I already added this one to my playlist. I'm curious to hear eventually though the version without the actual music video elements to see what is and isn't there. It might just be the blank spaces where there's no music playing, that's the parts that aren't there, but sometimes there's little bits here and there that are included in a music video that actually are song sections that aren't in the final song. So I'll have to come back to that eventually and see what changes regarding that, but it sounds like most of this is actually part of the song, so. But either way, very good. I like it a lot. How'd you rate that song from 1 to 10? That's one thing. I know a lot of people aren't super fond of that. I don't like rating songs from 1 to 10, just because to me, it puts too much of an emphasis on, like, the song is that. When songs are just left, there's so much interpretation to be had by songs, and everybody feels so different about them. I don't really like assigning numbers to them most of the time. So I just like to say if they're good, if I like them, etc. Or if they're not as good and I don't prefer them, then I'll say that. Yes, it's a song from Vessel. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Let me go back really quick because I'll know what it is when I hear it, because I can kind of picture it vaguely, but since I haven't gone back and listened to their older stuff in a little bit, give me just a second. I'm pulling up Vessel. I'm wondering if I'll see it and know what it is. Is it Truce? It is Truce. I knew it. See, I even knew it immediately which one it was. Let me go back to where it is in this, if I can find it. And I'd be able to do that with the other things too in this one, if I had a little bit of time. They even kind of formatted it similarly to that song. Yeah, that's crazy. Man, yeah, this is a goated song just for that. I'm surprised I was able to pick that up. That tells you, though. It tells you I've been a long time fan. Okay, anyways, though, we'll get to the next song. We spent a lot of time on this one. We've got RAWFEAR up next. We'll see how that one goes. Halloween coded.
RAWFEAR moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever, nipping hills, never slowing down. RAWFEAR moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever, gripping feels, never slowing down. You know what scares me? Not stupid. You've met my fears, they're all regulars. Wait, who's the new kid? You know what kills me? Not getting stronger. Now I can't seem to sit still any longer. RAWFEAR moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever, nipping hills, never slowing down. RAWFEAR moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever, gripping feels, never slowing down.
Alright, let me pause it. We'll go back a little bit, don't worry. So far, I'm liking this one, actually. It feels very, very reminiscent of their older songs. Just a little bit tamed out. Like, their older stuff, that's like they're always kind of all over the place for most of their music. This just feels like a more tame version of that so far. I don't know, that might just be me, but I'm liking where it's going so far. I was slightly questioning it at first just because you get like the sort of monotone vocals, and I was like, is this gonna be like, what is this? But I think it's already growing on me a lot, so I'm liking this so far. RAWFEAR is one of my favorite bridges. I mean, it got me excited. We'll get back to it. And hopefully I'm not too dark for you guys. I have my lights turned down a little bit.
Learning all that really matters is a slow and painful lesson. It is not pass or fail, but a poisonous progression. Try to microdose to immunity, but you'll never ever get it. And I go, what's the matter? Isn't helping you go. I wish her parents would stop yelling. I could build a tower with the times I was pretending. Try to microdose to immunity, but I'll never see the ending. And I go, what's the matter? Isn't helping you go. I wish your parents would stop yelling. You know it scares me. Not stupid. Then you go, wait, who's the new kid? Then you go, not getting stronger. And now I can't seem to sit still any longer. RAWFEAR moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever.
That was kind of a crazy bridge.
Feels never slowing down. RAWFEAR moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever, nipping hills, never slowing down. RAWFEAR moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever, gripping feels, never slowing down.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think that's another good song. I really like that when the bridge starts, they're singing about slowing down and then the BPM speeds up simultaneously. So you get a bit of a juxtaposition between the two at the same time. And I don't know, that immediately caught my attention. I really love that. Also, interestingly enough, the bridge is like at least a third of the song. It's a pretty large portion of it. But yeah, very cool song. A little weird because you get like all the screaming and stuff in the background, and it almost seems a little out of place, but that's just, that's kind of encapsulates what 21 Pilots are, though. A little out of place. And of course, I don't mean that in a bad way by any means. But yeah, very solid song. I wish I had more to add on, but I think it's also kind of a simple song at the same time. Like the BPM switch, I think was the craziest thing. Of course, the vocals are good as always, but I don't think I have too much more to add on it. Sounds good though. The screaming is Tyler's daughters. He kind of wanted them to be on the record. That is crazy. What is he doing to him? That's funny. All right. Well, maybe funny. I don't know what's happening to him. Anyways, though, let's see what we got next. Up next is drum. Oh yeah, we're skipping over Drum Show. Again, I've heard it before. Really briefly. Very, very good song. I really like Josh's section on like vocal wise. I think he has a really good voice. So that was like when I heard it, I was like, wait a minute, that's not Tyler. Then I looked at the features and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Josh. And that was really exciting. But that song is a very, very solid single. I think I was saying last time I talked about it on stream, I was saying that it's probably a little worse than the 2 singles for the last album, Clancy, not counting Overcompensate, because I think that one was a little bit weak out of the 3 singles that were released for that one, but the other 2, I think it was, this one is slightly worse, but still very good. Anyways, Garbage, which I have not heard. Also, I just noticed they have a song called Downstairs, which is crazy because I was just saying that Matt Mason album released at the same day, and that song has that album has a song called Downstairs as well. Appreciate the sub. Alright, let me pause really quick because immediately I'm starting to pick up on that. It felt like this song and the last one, the way that they're mixed, almost gives it a record-like sound. That could just be a me thing, but it really sounds more analog than a lot of their other music, which is definitely interesting, and I'm definitely not complaining. It has a very warm feel to it, which I'm enjoying. So far, I'm really liking this one, though, too. It feels like they're going back to the basics, where they're not... They're just not doing anything like too crazy on these 2 non-singles so far. They're pretty, again, I'll say it again, sort of tame. And they're just rebuilding a sound that was more common early 2000s to like 2010s, in that range. So, like I said, back to the basics in a way, if that makes any sense. But let me get back to it. We'll see where this one goes. It could go absolutely Insano style in a second and go in just a completely different direction. We'll have to see.
I could feel more, but I just knew less when I was younger. Bright-eyed with wonder. Do you know which name it's under? Or less. I walk you through the numbers. I show you nothing's left. Oh, I'm biting down on my shirt sleeve. I lash out if you're in arm's reach. I'm so lost, like what is happening? Like what is happening? Would you move closer if I grew quieter? Maybe this is you. Maybe you don't fix and you like it like this.
This piano stab instrumental sounds so good. Cool. Another very solid song. Definitely gives off album song type vibes rather than single vibes for sure. So it's good thing they didn't send this out as a single, I guess. But it definitely fits into the album so far. I'm enjoying it. The chorus was simple but catchy. Same with just the verses and everything else. The bridge was just nice, soothing. An interesting song for sure, just for the fact that, again, it has a very analog sound to the mix, and I'm all for that. Like I said, though, I think the last one sort of felt like that too, RAWFEAR, and it's interesting that they're going in that direction, but I'm all for it. So far, so good. I feel like garbage. And then again, just the piano stab instrumental, to me, really stands out, just because that alone feels very, very much like songs from like 2000 to 2010. All songs in that era, I think, had more instrumentals that were more or less like this, so we're getting a little bit of a throwback in that regard. But let's figure out what the next one is. I think it's Contract. So briefly, again, I've heard that one, so I'm not going to cover it today, but I will say really quick, another very solid song. I enjoyed that one. Trying to picture, one second, let me play a little bit, because I feel like there's a couple other things I could briefly say. Oh yeah, that one, I remember when I listened to it the first time, I was like, chorus felt really repetitive the first time around. I was like, this chorus just keeps on going and is nonstop. Like, it just because it plays so many times. But after the second listen, I was like, you know what? I think I'm all for it, because it's catchy enough, and I think it's different enough from their usual music that I'm just excited to hear a little bit of a change in that style. Of course, they're notorious for changing their style of music, so that's not super surprising. I just thought it was an interesting direction. We've got Downstairs, which again, I'm really excited to hear this. The Colonel believes, just because it shares the name of that Matt Mason song that also just came out. Downstairs, so peak, awesome, best Breach song. Oh, you're hyping me up on this one then. Still feels kind of quick. That's always a good sign for an album when it feels like it's going by really fast. So that means it's just really good. This is creating an awesome atmosphere right now.
You can have all I've made and all I've ever known. You can have both my lungs if you ask me so. 'Cause
Oh my god.
after your own heart. Might doubt the process like I doubted the start. So I'm begging no mercy. I'm begging no mercy. Downstairs, I feel better in the cellar down there. It's some shelter from the weather I wear. All
Okay. This might be my favorite so far. Holy cow. My gosh. Instrumental immediately was very atmospheric, and I was just absolutely getting swallowed by that world. And then the vocals kicked in, and I absolutely fell in love, especially with all the vocal effects added. I love vocal effects. It's kind of bad. I feel like I'm addicted to them, especially when they're done really well, like they're done in this one. Whether it's a vocoder, auto-tune, whatever, I think they can be used in very unique and cool ways, and they can make songs sound so cool. And I love how it sounds in this one a lot. This instrumental is also, oh my, it's so good. This could be my favorite. We still got a good chunk of the song left to go too. Oh my gosh. Again, this also just feels more or less like they're kind of throwing it back to what older alternative used to be like, which is just so interesting, especially after the last album. Even the last album though had a couple songs that were very throwback alt rock songs. Does this genre have a label yet? I call it alternative. Maybe they call it something else now, but last I checked, I think they still are considering themselves alternative, maybe alt rock, whichever. It's kind of a alternative is a really it's an umbrella term essentially over a lot of different semi genres that kind of spread out all over the place. Let's get back to it.
Feeling like I'm nothing, feeling like I'm run down, was afraid of nothing, now I'm just ashamed how I hide my face from you.
This percussion is crazy too, it's so unique.
Mercy. I'm begging, mercy. Downstairs, I feel better in the cellar down there. It's some shelter from the weather I wear. All of my heart on my sleeve. I'll take what I believe and I'm hiding it downstairs. I feel better in the cellar down there. It's some shelter from the weather I wear. All of my heart on my sleeve. I'll take what I believe and I'm hiding it. Oh, what have I become? Dirty,
My eyes are watering a little bit.
wretched one. Am I unholy land? Have I forced your hand? Oh, mercy.
Oh, it baked me out.
Down
Thought it was gonna drop.
there. It's some shelter from the weather I
Or rather pick up.
wear. All of my heart on my sleeve. I'll take what I believe and I'm hiding it downstairs. I feel better in the cellar down there. It's some shelter from the weather I wear. All of my heart on my sleeve. I'll take what I believe and I'm hiding it downstairs. I feel better in the cellar down there. It's some shelter from the weather I wear. All of my heart on my sleeve. I'll take what I believe and I'm hiding it. And I'm hiding it. After all, and I'm hiding it. And I lie, and I'm hiding it. Just like I doubt the stars. You can have all I've made and all I've ever known. You can have both my lungs if you ask me so. 'Cause I want to be the one after your own heart. And I might doubt the process like I doubt the start.
That was really good. That's my favorite so far. Even with the singles, vocals. Sorry if a lot of this is just repetitive, but yeah, vocals and instrumental goated. This is really feeling Vessel era though. It does, even with all, like, despite the references that they've made directly on the first song to those songs from back then, it still feels very, very Vessel era. I'm wondering if the message of that first song and that music video was to say that they're returning to their old sound on purpose, just to, and like they're revisiting it. I don't know if that's going to be a permanent thing or what. Maybe that could change on the next song of this album. I have no idea. But these last 3 that I've listened to definitely feel that way. And, you know, I'm all for it. I am all for that 100%. This one felt... I don't even know why this one was so emotional for me. It was making my eyes water pretty bad. I was very much on the verge of tears, so that's always a beautiful thing when you get to a 21 Pilots song that you enjoy that much. I feel like the last one that was like that was maybe Last Semester from the last album. It could have been before that though, even. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, very, very, very good song. I absolutely love this one. Alright, let's do this. Robot voices. The vibes are immaculate so far on this one.
They keep me company, the robots and machines in my room, and understanding.
Interesting mix choice. What the hell?
Tones they make, the only advice I take, the inside jokes are landing.
Another good vocal effect.
For the changes everyone sees, feeling so fancy, and I just wanna dance in style and stay a while. The lines on the floor. How did you find me?
Whoa.
I wasn't looking for love this year, but my robot told me that I shouldn't fear. When I met you, I found you safe and warm, and the robot voices would reassure me.
Alright, pause it here at the middle. Another banger so far. I'm really liking this one. That's crazy. I think we're off to a better start than what Clancy was. Because I feel like by now, I think there's at least one song that I was more lukewarm on this far into the album. No, I think there's at least 2. So we're off to a really, really good start here. I say start, we're over halfway through the album already. Again, crazy. Yeah, love this. I want to hear from more of the 21 Pilots fans who've been around since like Blurryface and before to see how they think about this album. Because to me, it feels so nostalgic and really feels like they're even like pre-Blurryface, really, because it sounds like they're going back to that. But this, I love this so much. It's so different compared to the recent stuff, at least. I will say the one thing I'm confused about with this one was the production choice of cutting out a majority of the mix, just ramping it down and then ramping it back up slowly immediately after. I thought there was going to be a more of a reason for it, but it just kind of happened and then didn't come back. I don't know what that was about, but I'm not going to complain too much because I think it still sounds good. I went into this and I was thinking, I was just worried that it was going to be too much like Clancy, because some of you know, not all of you, I'm sure a lot of you are new that are here right now. I wasn't as big on Clancy as I was all their other albums. So I'm very, very happy to see that this one has taken a turn to a different sound. They did a collab with another band for this one, like right now or like live? They just like don't. Do they have the feature listed? If it's for production, I'll see if I can recognize them, I guess.
1, 2, 3, 4. Half-drawn blinds, casting lines on the floor as my metal friend flashes in time. The daisy chain power strips generating a newfound loneliness, so I'm waiting for the changes everyone sees, feeling so fancy.
All these ad-libs are crazy. If that verb came up or not, but excuse me.
When I met you, I found you safe and warm, and the robot voices would reassure me.
Another banger. I really like that one. Once again, it feels a lot more simple than some of their other songs that they've been putting out. And I don't mean that in a bad way whatsoever. I really, really like this return to simplicity, back to the basic sound that they've been going for with this one so far. And they're still keeping it interesting too. There's a lot of experimental stuff just kind of overlaid on top. They're just taking a simple sound like bass sound, and then just adding a lot to it to make it interesting. And I find that in its own way that is very unique. Because a lot of bands, they'll either, it's kind of one or the other. It's either simple and generic or just all out experimental. So this is a nice in between that I'm just really, really enjoying. Yeah, love this one a lot. I love all the vocal effects that are used for like ad-libs and backing vocals throughout this one. There's also just layers and layers and layers of backing vocals that are just kind of thrown in here and there, all in different styles. And I think that was a really good choice as well. Sounds fantastic. Yeah, just another very solid song. Depending on how fast we go through this, I might even check out the bonus track that I've heard about. It is for the record. Yeah, I wasn't able to figure out who it was. I've been here since Vessel. Yeah, the whole album gives regional at best and Vessel vibes. I'm loving it. Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because it's not exactly the same, don't get me wrong. But it's just this classic alternative rock sound that I've been craving for a while that just has not... It feels like it hasn't really came back in a while. There's been bands here and there that put out songs that are in that style, sort of, but not to this extent. But yeah, I'm liking this one a lot. But yeah, let me know who the feature collaborator is on this one, because I'm very curious. Because at least I don't think they did any vocals, so it must have been production. The band is called Blanket Approval. The song they have is called My Soft Spots, My Robots. Tyler heard it. Okay. So is this an interpolation of that song then? In some way, or is it completely different? Either way, I don't think I've heard of Blanket Approval before, so that's a new band I'll have to check out. They hit them up to rewrite it together. Okay, so it is a bit of a interpolation or remake, I guess. So next we've got Center Mass.
Softer than I used to be. Used to mouth off and with artillery. Now with his cough drops and soft spots in the middle seat. Right this way. Chivalry. A tighter space than I used to know. Spread out wide no more. Pinch my shoulders close, hoping they misplace my reservation. Right this way. Okay. I thought you had it figured out. I know. You said you made it to the top. I forgetting what the pain's for. I fall on my shirt sleeve to cover half of my face. Bring my arms closer to my body. Get as small as they say. They call it Santa Mass. That part they aim for. Right this way.
All right, this one is weird. At first I was like, okay, we're going in a way different direction, but then as I was listening to it, I'm like, no, the mix and master still sounds similar to the other songs, like process and how it's done. Still has that very warm analog sound, but then it got into that chorus and I'm like, okay, yep, we're still back in that old age type style. Man, another good song. This album is really, really awesome so far. I caught me off guard that it went in this direction. Oh my gosh. So good. Well, let's get back to it. I'm so excited to hear the rest of this.
You're frustrated, your first mate in the 5th grade. Tried to persuade, try you want to be shown on the bus. Right this way. Chains up my huff, anxious enough as it is. Gotta walk, never looking up once at the kids in the park. What a day, getting dark, what a day. Right this way. Okay, okay. I thought you had it figured out. I know, I know. You said you made it to the top. I lied. So tell us how did you make that for it? I pull on my shirt sleeve to cover half of my hands. Bring my arms closer to my body. Get as small as I can. They call it Santa Mass. That part they aim for. Shrink it down to nothing and forgetting what the pain's for. I pull on my shirt sleeve to cover half of my face. Bring my arms closer to my body. Get as small as they say. They call it Santa Mass. That part they aim for. Shrink it down to nothing and forgetting what the pain's for. That part they aim
Josh is going crazy.
I hope you understand this run-on sentence. Tattoos only hurt when meaning fades. I think my skin got worse with good intentions. I don't wanna say what happened, I just wanna let it go.
Oh my god, these
Nothing
drum
was the
fills.
same right after I went to the funeral. I miss you so much. Take what you want. Take what you want from me. Took you for granted. They call it Santa Mass. That part they aim for. That part they aim for.
I just realized he's talking about the heart
That part they aim
center
for.
mass.
That part they aim for.
Oh my gosh. They're killing me with this one just because I'm liking it so much. Wow, this is... oh, man, this is up there for one of the best albums I've heard in a long time. How many songs do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still got 5 songs left? Dang. Ooh, this is a journey. This is a real journey. A very awesome journey. Man, I'm trying to figure out... let me go back really quick to the beginning.
Spots in the middle seat. Right this way. Chivalry. A tighter space.
Because that starting sound that they have, very different for 21 Pilots. It's very jam session type sound, if you know what I mean by that. It's get a bunch of guys to start playing, you get something like that. Just kind of make it up as you go. That's, or maybe like it's borderline jazz. That is kind of a hot take from me, I realize, but it feels like borderline jazz. it's like jazz without the actual jazz. Like only percussion. I don't even know how to describe it. Love it though. And then they switch it into their classic style for a chorus. And I like the back and forth between the vocals with the audio effect and then the regular vocals for the conversations. I think that was really cool. I like the sort of falsetto. I don't know if he's actually hitting a falsetto or if it's just a auto, like a vocal pitch up to get that sound. But I like that used for the backing vocals too. Really good. He actually said we weren't going to like this one on the first listen. He was super wrong. I know why he would say that, and I'm sure there probably were a lot of people that didn't. That being said though, That was a really good song. I liked it a lot first listen, so super exciting. Into jazz I am. Yes. I would point towards my... Oh, I guess I still have some Star Wars stuff behind me. Ka-chow. Not Yoda, but Star Wars. Yeah, I was gonna say though, I would point up there, but my new air conditioner takes the spot of all my Star Wars Legos I had up there. They're now off to my right, way off in the corner of my room. Anyways, though, let's see what we got next. Cottonwood. That already feels nostalgic for me for personal reasons. Just the title, which I know is kind of off-sounding, off-rip, but that's because my whole life I grew up with a really, really big cottonwood tree. It was like the biggest in my town. It was always like a huge landmark for everybody. Eventually we had to cut it down, which was sad, but I've always loved the cottonwood trees just because they're so cool. For the Midwest, they're like one of the biggest trees, and it's so cool watching the really big ones because the trunks will just get huge. And then on top of that, there's like 2 other cottonwood trees in my life that always stood out to me that I really, really enjoyed. There's one, I guess I don't want to say exactly where they were, but there's 2 in other places that I visited. One frequently that always stood out to me that I loved a lot. So hopefully I enjoy this song because I already love the title. Oddly enough. Well, let's get to it.
Can't believe you're gone for good. Someone chopped you down. Thought you'd just fall in the woods, but she heard that sound. No, don't.
Is this about my life?
Last we spoke. No, don't remember. I look back in time through a telescope. I've been catching my reflection already looking. Most are blown down in a storm, but the wind was tame. You weren't waiting anymore. Were you sad or brave? No, don't condemn you. Back and forth. No, don't condemn you.
Muted just in time.
Condemn you. I look back in time through a telescope. I've been catching my reflection already looking.
Love that synth. I love that one so much. Crazy though. After I gave off why I like that title, the first like line was talking about a cottonwood being chopped down. You'd kind of guess something like that would happen in the song, I guess. But even then, I was just talking about how we had to cut down our cottonwood, and that again, that tree meant so much to me. It was just a tree, but some things will they'll mean a lot to you, and they'll just be little odd things here and there depending on who you are. And that was one of those things. So that song, it's such a weird thing to be able to relate to in a song, and yet I was able to do it. I don't know how many people will be able to relate to it in that way, but that's crazy. But yeah, I love that one a lot. It's very somber, very pretty sounding. I love when that synth kicked in the last third of the song. Very soft, but kind of had at a higher frequency in the left ear more so. And I just think that is a nice little added touch. Wasn't necessary, but fit in and made the song that much better. A very catchy chorus, simple but catchy. And we're still keeping to those very warm analog vibes, and I'm loving it so much. So yeah, another banger. Anyways, though, we'll see what the next one is, which is One Way, and that is track number 10. We're getting close to the end. I don't even know, did I pause on the last one? That could be a fatal mistake if I get taken down. That's the issue with these YouTube streams. Okay. Bit of a wind down. I'll go back to before that happens. Yeah, so far so good. I don't have a lot to say on it just because there hasn't been anything that's like super stuck out to me, but I am enjoying it and it sounds good, so it's good. I'll see though. I do like that transition though right there with a little like winding down sort of record-esque type sound. Yeah, that was cool. We'll see where that goes though, because I didn't really get the chance yet to see what that's turning into. This one has a cool transition to the next. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. Hopefully there's no ad immediately after this one, because I'll try to play it into the next one, listen to a little bit of the next one immediately, so then I can hear that transition. So far, this is the best song of the album, really. I'll see how it goes for me. I don't think it's going to hit that for me yet, just because there's a few that I've liked so much, but I am enjoying it so far, but we'll get back to it. His vocals.
But they say a system's coming in.
Like that. I believe it's a slightly out of tune piano.
And then this is a one way, one way, one way, one way, one. I wanted to fly, but they say a system's coming in. The chances are high. Then this is a one way, one way, one. Then this is a one way, one way, one. Then this is a one way, one way.
Hey, it's Josh. Call me back. I'm not opposed to one way going into days Lie Dormant, but it does feel like quite a vibe change. And
Dang it, we got an
You can
ad.
see this.
Give me a second. I have a solution. I'm gonna switch to Spotify for that part, just so I can hear that transition.
Josh, call me back. I'm not opposed to one way going into Days Lie Dormant, but it does feel like quite a vibe change, and
Okay. That is a really interesting change. Let me listen to that really... Well, I guess I'll do that on YouTube. Because I'm curious how it sounds without the transition from the last song. I think it'll be fine, but it is interesting. I like how it's the voice being the... like, super repeated for that intro. That is cool. But yeah, One Way is a very, very solid song. I don't think it stands out to me personally compared to some of the previous ones as much. Just because, I don't know. To me, there wasn't anything that was connecting to me quite as much as the previous ones. To be fair, though, those ones had personal connections that I could relate to. Well, that one didn't feel quite as much that way. I will say, it definitely feels like a Midwest album. Maybe that's just me personally relating to it that's coming through. But I mean, it just, a lot of the things that they're mentioning, it just feels Midwest coded. And I love that. I love that. Just more for me to relate to. But yeah, so far, still a good album. Still really good album. Let's get into Days Lie Dormant. We'll hear it without that transition to see how it sounds. Yeah, I think it's fine without the transition. Better with it, but fine without it.
My days lie dormant, 'cause I just can't afford it to waste time in a city where no one knows your name. My days lie dormant, 'cause I just can't afford it to waste my time inside a place you're not. Don't make me waste my love, it's everything I've got.
Oh, I thought that was more screaming for a second. It's whistling this time. Alright, I'll pause it here. This one, there was like a synthy sound that sounded like a Who's, or the Who song. Let me pull it up really quick. I think it was the Who. Yeah, it's this sound right here. It's a very quick synth. It's probably an arpeggiator. I think I said that right.
I just can't afford.
Is it Bob O'Reilly? Yeah, this is kind of what I was getting. That's kind of a stretch though, in retrospect. But that's kind of what it sounded like to me immediately. Now I hear the Shins no, as in Australia. I am familiar with the Shins. I do like the Shins a lot. I'll try to listen to that as I'm hearing this. Because now that I have that in mind, I'll see if I can make any connections. Because I do really like the Shins. Anyways, we were at around 115. I'll just go to 50. Just so I'll go to 1 minute. I don't want to start too early, otherwise I'll have to pause it more.
Don't make me waste my love, it's everything I've got.
It does have a Shins vibe, 100%. I'll talk about it later.
You say don't worry about me though, it looks so much warmer there. Try Topo Chico and get some more sun, but yeah, stay with your face, something outside together. My days lie dormant, 'cause I just can't afford it to waste time in a city where no one knows your name. My days lie dormant, 'cause I just can't afford it to waste my time inside a place you're not. My days lie dormant, frozen and distorted.
They've done this a lot on this album, where they strip everything back.
Suspended in the air. My days lie dormant, it's feeling less important to waste my time inside a place you're not. Don't make me waste my love. It's everything I've got.
That was a nice drum fill. Ooh.
I just can't afford it to waste time in the city when no one knows your name. My days lie dormant. I just can't afford it to waste my time inside a place you're not. Don't make me waste my love. It's everything I've got.
That felt like a classic Twin One Pilots ending right there. Very reminiscent of their old stuff. But yeah, back to what I was saying about really what you were saying, Jackson, about the shins. I think just you can pick like a lot of alternative bands from the 2000s, particularly on this song. I think that there's sounds that they've taken and I don't want to say interpolated, but they're definitely inspired or that did inspire a song like this. So in my mind, I think the Shins is a good one. The Verve would be another one. I'm sure there's a few others. A lot of those bands had sounds that were kind of like this. And not to sound like a broken record, but this is a throwback album, 100%. It just they add these little sounds here and there, and that just they're frequently used in those older. It's crazy that I'm saying older songs for songs from 2000 to 2015 or something, but older songs, and they're I don't know. It feels like an older album, but not in a bad way. It still feels new. They're putting their own twist on it. Some people mention the Killers. I could hear that too, especially with maybe some of their older stuff. Although I will say, I'm glad that you brought that up because, in particular, a lot of people hated that album, but Pressure Machine, that album gave me very, very similar vibes to this one. Pressure Machine, I think, is my favorite Killers album. It is so underrated. So terribly underrated. But I get very similar nostalgia vibes from that one and this one. They both felt like they were trying to really just entrench themselves in a nice sound. Or just like a similar sound while making interesting, unique albums for the time that they came out in. I hope that came out clearly enough. Sometimes there's, when you're thinking about music, there's no really good way to put words with it, but I think it's very similar though to that album. Sound wise, maybe not so much, but feel and vibe wise, yes. Yes, I hear the Killers as well. Yeah, makes sense. Have you heard that? Yeah, that I could talk about Pressure Machine all day long. I love Pressure Machine. Again, hugely underrated album. I'd recommend that a million times over if you haven't heard it already. But never mind though. This was a good song. I'm happy with it. We'll get to the next one. Tally. I know I've heard Tally mentioned. I can't remember if I heard that people were liking it or disliking it. But I guess all that matters is that I like it. So I'll throw that out the window and see how I feel about it. Tally is great. Also very regional at best coded. Love to hear it. I will full screen it. Let's hear it. Immediately does sound regional at best.
I lost my rank and title. I turned my back on it.
Yeah, it does.
I wanted to progress things. I wanted my soul set free. Lost it all at a discount. You and I both know this how the story goes. We've seen it several times. It's kind of hard to know, is there a point at all, or should we cut the line? You wanna tally, I lost the count. You
Oh my gosh.
I let you down. Still now, you believe in me somehow. When I replay it in my mind, I see your heart break every time. Still now, you believe in me somehow.
Okay. Holy cow, this one's so good. Oh my gosh, you were so right. Very regional at best coded, 1,000,000%. Even from vocals to instrumental, everything. But again, you get the nice combo of some of their new styles too, so it's not completely just old sounding. Love this so much. Oh my gosh. In the mix of the vocals during the chorus too, where you get like the layers of different vocals. They're doing that a lot on this album, where they're just layering completely different sounding vocals on top of each other, and it's been working so well. This one especially, but it has been working so well throughout this album. Oh, I'm so excited for this. This is crazy. I love this so much. Oh my gosh. Song is nostalgic because it reminds me of Sonic games. I wish I could stare. I do share a nostalgia feeling just for different reasons, but because I didn't play very many Sonic games, but I respect that for sure. It feels nostalgic for me though, just sound wise. His synth OMG. His voice is much better and more trained than regional best. 1,000,000%. It feels like on that one, it felt like, okay, I'm trying not to say this in a bad way because I don't mean it in a bad way, but his voice was bad in some of the songs on that one. I don't know how else to put it because I personally really liked it. I guess just untrained. We'll just stick with that so it doesn't sound bad. But yeah, now it feels like he's doing it with more intention when he's trying to replicate that sound now. Like it's very intentional. It feels very clean. And then just that mixed with just how whoever mixed and mastered this album, they probably had a part in it, but I bet a lot of it was somebody else, has done such a good job. I'll have to get back to that later though once I get to the end of the album, but they've done a really good job with this one. The sound has been so consistent. I was wrong. This is the best song of the album. It's up there for sure already. I really like it. Let's just get back to it before I get too distracted. Yeah, that arpeggiator sounds so good there. The synth.
I like and I fight too. Lightning strike on cue. Like right when a storm hits, I tear right to circumstantial proof. You should go your way, I should try mine. Even though we both know we should just cut the line. You wanna tally, I lost the count. You wanna love me.
This might be the best one. This is so good.
Still now, you believe in me somehow.
The use of autotune here sounds so good. That chorus is unbeatable. That was so catchy. Oh my gosh. That really might be my favorite one so far. It really, I do like the mix of vocals. I like the mix of production on this one. It sounds very modern, but again, with a twist of regional at best, and I'm 100% here for that. But the mix of vocals that have been throughout this album, but more particularly on this song, I've really enjoyed. Again, the use of the auto-tune in what I believe was a bridge. I love that because it kept a lot of the natural tones of his vocals while also giving it a slight robot feel on some of those longer notes to really, I don't know, I'm just such a fiend for that type of sound, that mix. I love that so much. But yeah, very good song. That is definitely a contender for my favorite. So many screams, I love it. Yeah, plus the screams, there's so many screams, but it's not solely screaming, which is the best part. Because just the screams by themselves, I'm not always huge on screaming in music. I think 21 Pilots is a little bit more of an exception. I like it though when it's layered with other vocal styles or mixed in with other vocal styles. That's always beautiful. Let's get to Intentions, the final track on the album minus the bonus song. After this, I might be buying the vinyl. I'm gonna keep it real. This is a good album. It's got the little Dima City sign. Also, a subtle feature. Let me get rid of the watermark really quick. All of the titles having different fonts. I've loved that a lot. It's a nice little aesthetic thing that's just been really cool. Even their band name versus like the album font is different. And usually like clashing fonts can be weird. It's worked very well here though, because they're also unique. And so like they're unique to the song title. But whatever. Let me put the watermark back on and get to it. This is a short one. This sounds weirdly familiar. No.
I am starting it all
Is this more to Truce?
again. Did I learn a thing?
It is. Okay.
Intentions are everything. Intentions will set you free. You will fail most every day, in every way.
Was this song just at the end of City Walls? Or is that just for the music
Did
video?
you learn a thing? Intentions lack memory.
Oh, fuck.
Intentions will set you free. Just try to be.
Okay, so yeah, I think we heard this one earlier, but still really good. Fantastic album ender. That was wild. And is the whole instrumental just Truce reversed? Because I noticed when we were listening to City Walls, or the end of the video for that, and it played this one, I was like, the notes all sounded reversed. I knew that the little oohs were reversed, and we found out that that was Truce. And then I double checked just to be sure. Wow, what a really, really good end to that album, and a really good song. Very soft, slow, a good I don't know if this is supposed to be a farewell type album, but it feels like it could be, or at least like end of an era type album, or just back to OG top. Whatever it is, they've done a wonderful job with it. God, you got it right away. If you can play the song on reverse. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, 21 Pilots has been such a huge part of my life for so long. It's like the older stuff is so ingrained into my mind. Okay, anyways, let's see if we can find this song reversed really quick. Is it the same length too as Truce? I know Truce is like a 2-minute song, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2:22. It probably is 1 for 1. Just about. They even sit. Oh, that's great. Like, it makes sense that they're singing the same melody reversed, but that feels weird. Am I crazy? I think they're playing some of the vocals from Truce like 100% turned to wet. That's a producer talk. Like cranking up the reverb just a ton and making it really quiet. I think they have some of the lyrics on there though, just really quiet and then crank to 100 on reverb. This is actually so creative. That piano comes in so clearly here at the end. Truce is a beautiful song, and now this one is too. Immediately. Yeah, goated album. I really like that a lot. But yeah, let me just take a second and talk about this album as a whole really quick. Yeah, they made just a lot of good choices with this album. Like I said earlier in this, as some of you know, not all of you are familiar with my older videos that I've made, or just me in general, but I wasn't super huge on Clancy. I didn't like a lot of the direction that album went into. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of songs I really liked on it. Just for a 21 Pilots album, when I expect to really love every song, that album to me was slightly disappointing. So I went into this not 100% certain if I would enjoy it, because based on the album art and everything they'd kind of promoted it with, I thought it was going to be more similar. But instead I was met with a really, really, really good album that, to me, this won't be the same for everybody, and I understand that. But for me, this absolutely blows the last album out of the water. It might be better than Skilled and Icy 2, which I'm sure there's a lot of people that agree with that. Skilled and Icy was not a popular album. I personally really liked it, but that's despite the point. They made a lot of good choices with this one. They kind of, at the beginning, made it clear that they were going to try to go back to an older style. At least that's what it sounded like to me. From just the constant references to older songs to, in the video when he was saying that they're gonna have to go back, do it again, get another Clancy, and let the cycle repeat. It was a nice introduction to the idea of what this album was going into. And from there, we just kept on a very consistent theme, which the last album had trouble with. And this one, it stayed very, very on par with a theme. From the mix and master sounding very warm and analog throughout the album, minus maybe a couple songs being the singles. I think they were probably the most different. That, and then the Wall... What was the first one called again? City Walls, that one. I feel like those three were the most different, but outside of that, all the other ones had a very warm feel, which lets me go back to whoever mixed and mastered this album. It was probably two different people. Again, 21 Pilots probably had a hand in it, but I think there was somebody else involved based on the sound. It feels like they were so intentional with keeping a similar feel to the mix and master, and it was very, very clear to me that it was like that. This is one of the greatest like mix master wise albums that I've heard in a while. It's hard to explain. They just did a really, really good job with it, though. I'll leave it at that instead of just keep on going into it, but it just sounds wonderful. I love that warm sound. The mix of vocals throughout this album, from vocal effects to just good vocals in general, I love that a lot. Especially for those that know me, I really love vocal effects a lot, from autotune, vocoders, whatever. I mean, a little bit of shameless self-promo here, but even on my first song that I put out just recently, I made sure I used vocoders and things like that just because I love them so much. So I was really happy to hear all of these cool vocal effects on this album, from like the robot song to pretty much every song has a little bit in there thrown. If it's not the main vocals, it's used for ad-libs or backing vocals. Yeah, there's a lot of catchy songs. I feel like a lot of these songs are relatable. A lot of the songs also are very, very reminiscent of songs from like around 2000 to maybe 2015, 2016 range. I think more of a focus on 2000 to 2010 alternative rock. You get a lot of similar sounds to songs from then. Even in this, while we were listening to it, we were able to come up with multiple bands that were very similar sounding wise to some of these songs. To list a few Shins, Peter, Bjorn, and Johnson. I know somebody mentioned the drums. I'm not familiar with them, but I wouldn't doubt it. We've heard the Beatles. We've heard a lot of names here, and I really wouldn't doubt it. The Beatles is definitely more of a throwback, but a lot of 2000s alt-rock bands definitely is very in your mind when listening to this, if you listen to them at the time. It feels like an album for the longtime fans, and I love that, because you get vibes from Regional at Best, Vessels, or Vessel, etc., whether it be direct interpolations or otherwise. Yeah, very, very good album. Made me very emotional. I was able to relate to it heavily, especially with songs like Cottonwood. Strange personal song to me, but it worked. If I had to choose some favorites off of this one, probably Drum Show, Tally. It's hard for me to remember all these. Downstairs. And then we'll say City Walls, probably for, let's just say my top 4 or something. That's going to change, I guarantee it. When you're listening to an album, usually your songs will kind of flip in and out depending on when you're listening to them. So as of right now, those are probably like my top 4 songs though. But yeah, very, very good album. But yeah, anyways, thank you everybody for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I had a lot of fun. I was really, really surprised by this album. I really enjoyed it. Again, a little bit of self-promo. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps a lot. Check out my other videos. I haven't been making quite as much as often recently, but I do go live once a week, every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Central Time, where I react to music. Most of the time it's free. I just do random spins. And then I also just started my music career under the name Hypercruise, HYPRCRZ. It's linked in the description down below, my first debut single. So check that out if you want to. And yeah, have a great night/day, everybody. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.